As we are ramping up 2024, there is quite a lot of hype around goal setting, targets achieving, and overall yearly planning. Now, it can be that we are required to do this for our job, or maybe we are just doing it for ourselves. Either way, setting the goals is an important exercise because it helps us to achieve what we envision as our ideal future. Hey guys, what's up? Michal here. I'm an engineer working in construction industry, and in this channel I would like to focus on productivity, self-development, and project management topics. Alright, let's get into it. So it's been a couple of years for me as well since I'm doing this exercise, and when I was doing it this year for 2024, I went also back and I reflected a little bit on what I did achieve back in 2023. And by reflecting on my achievements, I have realized that the success rate of my goals achieving wasn't that great. I actually did achieve only 2 out of the 5 goals, which means around 40%. At first, I thought that this might be related to the fact that I started at a new job. So it was a different industry, it was a new role, there were a lot of things going on, a lot of changes and challenges. But at the end of the day, those were only excuses, because if my goals are set correctly and done well, then there is basically no reason why I would prioritize something else over achieving them. And so I went a little bit further back and I looked into years 2022, 2021, 2020, and I realized that there is also kind of a pattern that I have never really achieved all the goals that I have set. The next thing I did was I looked in my goals definition, and it was pretty solid. The goals were specific, they were measurable, they were achievable and actionable. They were also relevant and also time-bound. So they were smart. Even though I recently learned that they could have been even smarter by making them frequently evaluated and also rewarded. From that perspective, my goals then seem to be pretty robust and well set. So I've decided to zoom out a bit more and have a look on the way I have set my values. And there I recognized that the way I did it wasn't maybe the best. I defined my values based on what felt right and what I believed my values are, without really looking on what my life is demonstrating. I decided to research the topic, and you can find the links to the most interesting videos or articles down in the description below. The bottom line is, understanding core values can really help make life easier and happier. When we acknowledge our core values, we can define goals and actions that actually honor those values, and this will help us to figure out the right direction for our lives. Based on what I learned and what I figured out, I have decided to take following approach this time for setting my values or for finding my values. At first, I started with the method from Dr.Demartini by answering 13 questions that Mr. Demartini developed over his career. It's an interesting exercise that will take you around 30 to 40 minutes to do, depends how accurate you would like to be. And the result will be basically a pie chart where the inputs are your answers that you will group into the buckets by recognizing a certain pattern in those answers, and then you will label those buckets, and this is basically what your values are. At the end of the test, there is also kind of a questionnaire about what are your current challenges and what are your current supports, and also you are asked to take a snapshot of, let's say, the 7 basic areas of your life. For those who are interested, the areas are business, finance, social, mental, family, physical, and spiritual part of the life. What I really like about this exercise is that the questions are basically requiring you to look in your daily life and look for evidence. What is your life showing? What are your interests and how you take your decisions? This being said, I still wanted to get some more meat on the bone, so I have decided to go one step further And next thing I did was to track my week on a daily basis, and to see what activities I'm doing, how I'm spending my time, and yeah, how my day basically looks like. And for this exercise, I have used the template that you can see now on the screen. Important thing is that I was really trying to capture the is status, not the wish status. So the week was a standard week. I didn't do more than I would normally do. Sometimes I did even actually less than I normally do. Anyway, if you're interested, you can have a look on how my week looked like, and I will drop the template, the link to the template in the description below as well. So what is the conclusion? We're looking at those two pictures, the Demartini pie chart and my daily life tracker on the other side. I can tell that there is certain overlap, and I can find the values that I have identified in the test in my daily life. Does it mean that I live up to those values to the full potential? Definitely not. And that's where the goal settings come into play. See you next time.